Live from the capital, Gaborone, this is BTV News at 9 o'clock. I am 𝐏𝐻𝐒𝐓𝐈𝐂𝐄. The headlines. President Advocate Duma Boko launches the 2024 joint festive season operation. Hundreds of domestic animals die as severe drought grips the Serowe area. And lack of adequate funding and financial struggles at BBA, a cause for failure to qualify for international tournaments. Interpreting in sign language is Taposa. Good evening. This afternoon, President Advocate Duma Boko launched the 2024 joint festive season operation to be carried out by the Botswana Police Service and the Botswana Defence Force. In his remarks, President Boko said the operation is mandated to safeguard the lives and property of members of the public, therefore emphasized the need for cooperation between all stakeholders. 𝐿𝐻𝐻𝐒𝐓𝐈𝐂𝐄.
The commander of the armed forces has set in motion the 2024 joint festive season operation by the Botswana Police and the Botswana Defence Force in an effort towards a crime-free festive season and beyond. The message from the president this season was loud and clear to those who always have ulterior motives during this festive season.
𝐿𝐻𝐻𝐒𝐓𝐈𝐂𝐄 le mapodisi ke batho ba ba rutetsweng diemo tsone tse ba di tlhaloganya ke ba ba rutetsweng go le sireletsa go le dibela mme ba na le didirisiwa tse di tshwanetseng gore ba sireletse ba bo ba dibele ba tlhomamise pabalesego ya lona.
He further shared that as government, they yearn to have a country free from crime, where citizens go about their lives without fear of being hurt.
Ba tla bo ba dirisana le lona, mme le lona le dirisana le bone, le ba amogele, mme le ba tsibose ha go na le gongwe ko le nang le dipelaelo tsa gore bongwe borukhutli bo a logwa kana bo a diragala kana bo gauhi le go diragala mme ebile le jo bo setseng bo diragetse le batsibo se bate ba kgone go bolatedisa ka bonako.
Meanwhile, security personnel are ready for the operation.
Na le commander BDF ditaelo re di tsere mongame mo go tswa mo go wena wa commander in chief me re go eleletsa gore ka di malatsi a di Christmas wena le tona ya rona le matona a mangwe le be le sa tshwengwe ke Batswana ba re kana ga ra sireletsega
gore ya la go rona rothe ba re leng hano re tshwanetse gore re thuse mapodisi ka gore ha o sa le thuse gompieno gore le tshware ene motho o sa dire sente ka moso motho ene o tsogale kwa gago.
In this festive season, can we have a different song e opelwang go ska opelwa pina gore road accidents ke banana, gender-based violence ke banana? I am pretty much sure that we can make it a difference. We can make a difference in whatever we are doing.
In addition to the festive operations, the president has called the nation to shun gender-based violence by encouraging peaceful coexistence between individuals, and where there are challenges, citizens should seek solutions that could save their lives. 𝐿𝐻𝐻𝐒𝐓𝐈𝐂𝐄, BTV News, Gaborone.
The European Union ambassador to Botswana and SADC, Petra Pereira, paid a courtesy call on Vice President Mr. 𝐷𝐵𝐴𝐻𝐿𝐻 to appraise him on the European Union relations with Botswana, as well as to get first-hand information from the country's leadership on the principles set to anchor the new government. The government of Botswana and the EU have long-standing relations. Currently, they are contracted under the Neighbourhood Development and International Cooperation Instrument of 2020 to 2027, which has three pillars: green technology, economic diversification and jobs. Recently, while in Belgium, the President, Advocate Duma Boko, met with the European Union Council President, Mr. Charles Michel, to introduce his administration to him. Botswana interacts further with the European Union through its membership of the Organization of African, Caribbean and Pacific States, OACPS, and the EU is a key partner with OACPS to drive issues that include promotion of multilateralism, strengthening of peace, security and stability in free and democratic societies. In other news, hundreds of domestic animals continue to die as severe drought grips the area. Farmers decry lack of pasture and water for their losses. 𝐿𝐴𝐷𝐿 with the news.
It was hard to miss the sadness on the faces of farmers who watched helplessly as their cattle was stuck in the mud at 𝐿𝐴𝐷𝐿 Dam during the time when they went searching for water to quench their thirst, exacerbated by the recent high temperatures recorded countrywide. In the past week alone, a total of 68 cattle succumbed to the mud at 𝐿𝐴𝐷𝐿 Dam. This dam has really affected me a lot. I had 21 cattle, but now I'm left with 9. We do not have a place to take our livestock to drink. We do not have a borehole, that is why we are struggling this much. We are going to become beggars if we don't get a borehole soon.
Ke ra gore ha re ka se ke re dirisiwa ka bonako tota ruri mena ke itiretse dikgomo setse go swile 30 a ke tsore ke a di bona go ka yana go riana ke na le batho babo ba ntse ba goga hela dole engwe mo kolong go riana ra go isiela go motsari.
I had bought myself a few cattle. At the moment 30 are dead. We have been pulling this one out of the mud, taking it home to try and give it water there. We are asking for assistance from government because everyone's livestock is dying. We cannot go to work anymore because we are old.
Retired na re thelera ra dira la tsela Botswana ke kgomo.
Di masoma a mane tse di sule di takwana di to hella mo.
There are 40 that have died already. They come here to get stuck in the mud. At the moment I'm only left with 2. This drought has affected us a lot. These cattle are all going to die if the rain does not come soon.
The
acting district agricultural coordinator at the Department of Agriculture and Soil, Mr. Kenneth Mabote, has advised farmers to adequately feed their livestock for them to survive the drought season.
Has a mosalo episode from day 1 to the last day.
To see an animal drinking water and failing to get out of the mud, it means it does not have enough strength. As the weather condition was like this year, livestock should be fed with supplements so that when the dry seasons arrive, the livestock have strength to get through the dry season. Farmers have been advised to leverage on the existing government programs to acquire boreholes for watering their livestock. 𝐿𝐴𝐷𝐿, PTV News, 𝐿𝐴𝐷𝐿 Dam near Serowe.
The 2,488-carat diamond discovered at Garowe mine in August this year has been named Motswedi, while the 1,049-carat was named Seriti. This comes after Mr. Una Swinduna and Mr. 𝐾𝐄𝐑𝐕𝐈𝐂𝐄, they were announced winners of the naming competition for the stones by Lukara Botswana that began in November this year. The Minister of Minerals and Energy, Ms. Boholoke Nwendo, says naming the stones will add on to existing marketing strategies for Botswana diamonds. Horata Moranyane with more.
The new name for 2488 is Motswedi. Motswedi.
In a recent press briefing, the President Advocate Duma Boko said whilst the diamond industry is facing challenges, signs of recovery are emerging, particularly in advanced economies like the United States. The President assured Botswana that Botswana and De Beers are committed to tackling the momentary challenges in the diamond market, and this partnership will continue to create opportunities for growth, not just for the industry, but for every Motswana whose livelihood is touched by diamonds. The naming competition is therefore critical, as these names are not just bound to Botswana, but to the world.
Particularly because in the last 3 and 4 weeks, with the President, Advocate Duma Boko, we have been touching on several meetings that look at driving the provenance of Botswana diamonds. And there is no sure way of adding to that narrative and to that story better than what we are doing today. Because as we name these diamonds today, we ensure that the legacy and the history of where they come from, of Botswana, is never lost to those that may carry them someday. These names will add on to marketing strategies and value propositions as we continue to brand the Botswana diamond and showcase the provenance and impact of our diamonds and that they have in the lives of ordinary Botswana.
They are ambassadors of Botswana's prestige and commitment to ethical mining practices. I will state that again, ethical mining practices. For Botswana, these diamonds are a symbol of opportunity and hope. They give emphasis to our ability to extract not only value from the earth, but also a future that belongs to all Botswana. All Botswana.
The 2488 carat stone was named Motswedi, and the competition winner expressed his excitement.
I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to express how I'm feeling. It's surreal. It's surreal. I didn't expect it, and God works in mysterious ways. Here we are. I would like to thank Lucara Botswana for the opportunity. I'm very grateful for the opportunity to name this beautiful diamond. I'm still in disbelief, but I am very grateful and very thankful.
Minister Kenwendo reiterated that diamonds are Botswana's greatest treasure and that they hold stories that will live on for generations to come. Khorata Moranyane, BTV News, Gaborone.
Joanne Mine, through its department, has adopted some villages around the mining area as they voluntarily contribute their time and resources towards development of communities. Recently, the Mine Security Department officially handed over projects they completed in Samani. Makharebe Nkwane reports.
The Botswana Joanne Mine continues to play a significant role in lives of people living in the periphery, aiming to contribute meaningfully to the development of communities in its area of influence through its employee volunteer initiative, and continues to collaborate with various community structures to address needs identified in communities. As the Botswana Joanne Mine, we need to work together to bring developments in the community in order to live our lives beyond diamond mining by living several projects that will sustain us in future. It is essential to work with the VDC as they know people's needs. Some of the development completed include connection of electricity to 2 village development committee houses and an orphanage house. We have achieved some projects last year, but this year we decided to connect electricity and water on an orphanage house to easily utilize them. We also connected electricity in the VDC houses for rental purposes, as they revealed that they cannot keep tenants because of the issue. They so much love us as they did their job diligently, and good results can be seen. Samani residents are encouraged to handle and maintain the infrastructures to prolong their lifespan. Makharebe Nkwane, BTV News, Joanne.
You're still with BTV News at 9. Councillor for Hatsalatla Mogonono Ward, Mr. 𝐁𝐎𝐿𝐴𝐷𝐕𝐈𝐂𝐄, has been sworn in as the chairperson of the Gwenin District Council, while Mr. 𝐿Dirile Kenna is his deputy. The two were unopposed. 𝐁𝐎𝐿𝐴𝐷𝐕𝐈𝐂𝐄.
The new leaders for Gwenin District Council promised to serve diligently and to prioritize the wishes and grievances of the residents to ensure that they bring notable developments in the district in their 2.5 years of leadership. I would like to thank our former president, Mr. 𝐒𝐻𝐒 and the current president, Boko, for their smooth transfer of power that on its own has shown that we are Botswana first before our political party affiliations, which is worth emulating in this council as we move forward. We're in this journey together, hence we need your support to fulfill our promise of improving this council to do better than the previous ones.
It will be a better council.
Councillors are encouraged to support their leadership. As councillors, we ought to have integrity and support our leaders. I believe that by doing so, we'll be giving God an opportunity to save the nation of Botswana. This council has 35 members, of which 6 were specially nominated and 1 independent candidate. The council also elected committees such as finance, education and others that will assist the running of the council to better Gwenin region. 𝐁𝐎𝐿𝐴𝐷𝐕𝐈𝐂𝐄, BTV News, Molepolole.
Women entrepreneurs have been challenged to leverage their wide network to grow their businesses. The Minister of Minerals and Energy, Ms. Boholo Kenowendo, gave this counsel during a Women in Business Symposium in Maung. Mpho Aaron reports.
Minister Kenowendo said that government has availed different initiatives which women entrepreneurs can make use of them to grow their businesses and help government in reviving its economy. She called on women entrepreneurs to exploit the opportunities in agriculture, solar farming and health sectors, among others.
Women belong in all business sectors. Value not only lies in what has been determined as the economic sectors, and I say determined as the economic sectors by our economic theoretical models, but there's a lot of value in our indigenous products and our indigenous economy and our indigenous knowledge.
Together, we will create a united front, a joint structure that elevates every woman, every business, and every community. Let us continue to support and uplift each other and in ensuring that every woman has the opportunity to shine and contribute to our nation's prosperity.
The 𝐉𝐈𝐈𝐂𝐄 event was held under the theme, Nurturing Gems for Sustainable Economy, was said to be an inspiration to wealth creation and promote participation of women in growing the country's economy.
Nurturing our gems for a sustainable economy requires collective effort and unwavering commitment. Let us embrace innovative strategies to diversify our economy, maximize the value of our resources, and ensure an inclusive and prosperous future for all Botswana. Together, we can transform our natural heritage into a beacon of sustainable development, a source of national pride, and a legacy for all generations.
We need people who are going to be very understanding what it means to be an entrepreneur, who aspires to grow into these beautiful businesswomen who are actually here trailblazing and changing the world.
Ms. Kenowendo called on women business owners to collaborate, and she pledged a donation of 10,000 pula to 𝐉𝐈𝐴 fund account. Mpho Aaron, BTV News, Maung.
In regional news, the Democratic Republic of Congo DRC sues Apple subsidiaries in Belgium and France over allegations of using conflict minerals of tin, tungsten and tantalum that are mostly used in the production of electronic gadgets. On behalf of the Congolese government, lawyers have argued that Apple is complicit in crimes committed by armed groups that control some of the mines in the eastern DRC.
The Democratic Republic of Congo is said to be a major source of the three T's minerals being tin, tantalum, and tungsten, mainly used in computers and phones. Human rights activists allege some of the mines which mine these minerals are run by armed groups which are guilty of massacres of civilians, mass rapes, looting, and other crimes. According to VOA News, international lawyers representing Congo alleged that Apple uses minerals from Congo and laundered through international supply chains, which they say renders the firm complicit in crimes taking place in Congo. In its lawsuit, the Congolese government also accused these Apple firms in Belgium and France of other offenses such as covering up war crimes and the laundering of tainted minerals, handling stolen goods, and carrying out deceptive commercial practices to persuade consumers supply chains are clean. In its defense, Apple said it does not directly source primary minerals, but it audits suppliers, publishes findings, and funds bodies that seek to improve mineral traceability. The firm is also said to have insisted it carefully verifies the origin of materials in its output. It's reported competition for minerals is one of the main drivers of conflict in the Democratic Republic of Congo since the 90s, as armed groups sustain themselves and buy weapons with the proceeds of minerals. Authorities in France and Belgium are said to be looking into the evidence provided to determine whether the case can be pursued. Laonela Hwale, BTV News.
Liza Sekeng is standing by to give us sport news.
Thank you so much, Motso. Good evening. I am Liza Sekeng with your World of Sport. And in our leading story, President of Botswana Swimming Sport Association, 𝐏𝐻𝐿𝐴 says the just ended 19th National Swimming Championships hosted by the association over 5 days at University of Botswana were successful despite challenges presented by last week's excessive heat conditions. Still at the championships, the association successfully introduced the 1500-meter race, which was the first for most local athletes. President of the association, Matthews, shared this in an interview with BTV Sport at the end of the championships.
Very successful nationals. The only challenge is heat wave. The one way that we've managed to overcome ke gore be le gore gona le gore re simolla ka 8 ore mo simolotseng e be ra go simolla ka 5 ka 7 ntse go mo gote re nile botoka di sessions tsa rona be re dira go dinne khutshwane se ka tsana di telele like normal, so we've really managed to contain our sessions in that way. Gora gore ano di race tsena re dira over a longer period e be gona gore re le di preliminary in the morning, lead finally in the evenings. Can say we've actually gone up. We've done even better, gone a little bit higher in terms of the level. There's always room for improvement. 1.5 it's a race introduced at a higher level, so competitive in that race, so reintroduce it this season throughout. We compete nationals in.
And now switching codes, the Botswana National Sport Commission Chief Executive Officer Tuelo Serufo says it was important for them to close the national stadium to allow for the needed renovations, particularly as the racetrack has reached the end of its operational lifespan. To pave way for the replacement of the track, the national stadium will be temporarily closed until next year, March. Victoria Dakin has the report for us.
According to Serufo, the track that has been in use for the Botswana Athletics Association events has now passed its time. Therefore, an essential upgrade was needed. Botswana's aim is to be able to bid and host high-ranked competitions, including athletics. Another football field that has been undergoing renovation is Molepola Sport Complex, which needed fixing on electricity, refurbishment of the building as well as the artificial turf and water challenges. Unfortunately, it needs a lot of money, which we do not have currently. This means we have managed to fix other things, excluding the turf. We hope that in the next financial year, we will be given enough funds that will help us to install a new turf at Molepola Sport Complex and other stadiums, such as Serowe Sport Complex, which are also used by Premier League teams and National First Division teams. To date, at Lubatse Sport Complex, BNSC has managed to fix the floodlights to meet the 𝐏𝐻 Category 3 standard. Moreover, the Commission is in the process of buying benches for players that meet the 𝐏𝐻 standards. The most difficult work we are doing at the moment is to upgrade and increase the number of showers and bathrooms. We are currently busy with the designs before we do procurement. We believe that it will be possible to carry out some renovations in Lubatse in the next financial year.
In the next financial year.
To fulfill 𝐏𝐻 requirements, BNSC promised to continue with these improvements to enhance the quality of sports infrastructure in Botswana. Victoria Dakin, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
And now to football news. In the just ended FNB Premiership match at 𝐿𝐻𝐃 Stadium, the Mining Towns teams registered a point each after playing to a 1-1 draw. The Ostriches had the leading goal before recess, but Thero Sitsile equalized for the Galaxy Stars in the second half of the game. This means that Orapa United has now accumulated 18 points, having played 9 matches, while Galaxy is on 21 points with 10 matches played. And finally, Botswana Boxing Association's competitions coordinator, 𝐿𝐻𝐃 𝐍𝐀, has attributed their failure to qualify for various international competitions like the Olympic Games and African Championships to a lack of adequate funding and the association's financial struggles. Refilwe Lekoro has the full report for us.
This year, the local boxing association has failed to send boxers to represent the country on the international stage, particularly the Olympics. 𝐍𝐀 highlighted that lack of funds played a significant role in the poor performance, as they could not have proper preparations for the national team's qualifying games.
24 ga receive enough money ya ka pele ne re amogele gongwe 900,000 or 1 million. Gompieno ile ga madi a tswa ra bo re neelwa 390,000.
2024, we do not receive enough funds, as we used to in the past years where we could receive 900,000 pula. This time around, we received 390,000 pula. That sum only lasted us 6 tournaments. Since July up to now, we have been operating on compromise. We could not even put the national team for 2 to 3 weeks in camp. You cannot prepare a team in a week and expect proper results. When we started the qualifiers, we had no money.
Qualifying.
Despite this year's disappointment and poor standings, the Boxing Association is already on the ground in preparation for next year, as they are currently in talks with the BNSC and other private companies to help cap the financial hardships faced by the association.
2 weeks back or 3 weeks back, we put a mother body, the Botswana National Sports Commission, the way Barnella Madikating, Balika Soleza. Mersale Bella Bonehela, Reseternally, Mekolo Rumensi.
2 weeks back, we met with the BNSC, pleading for an increase in the grant money. We do not solely focus on government aid, but again with private companies, of whom we are also currently in talks with. On our part, we are prepared for anything and ready to make grave sacrifices so as to achieve our goals.
re ipoleletse gore la ga gore sena madi re a go bitsa bana nako e sa le teng re kampane re ba kolote re kampane re ba bolaise tala mme gone re a go bitsa bana ba sa le teng re a go bitsa di-coach ba nako e sa le teng gore re kgone go tsena mo campeng go sana le nako.
Despite this year's shortcomings and hardships, the association has something to take home, as they've managed to scout hugely talented youngsters through their development programs. Refilwe Lekore, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
Well, and that is it for sport this evening. Let's do this again tomorrow right here on BTV News at DSTV channel 289. 𝐏𝐻𝐈𝐂𝐄 Mapani is standing by to give us a reminder of our top stories.
President Boko launches the 2024 joint festive season operation. Hundreds of domestic animals die as severe drought grips the Sorowe area.
And in sport, a lack of adequate funding and financial struggles at BBA, a cause for failure to qualify for international tournaments.
Lazo King bringing us to the end of our news bulletin this evening in Sa language was Topo Taposa. Up next is the weather update. BTV News, Ikanyarona.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's weather focus brought to you by 𝐿𝐻𝐻𝐒𝐻𝐿. Look at the rainfall amount recorded this morning. Kamane Primary School 138 millimeters, Kalamare Primary School 112 millimeters, Shoshone Police Station 100 millimeters, Mutlani Primary School 70 millimeters, Chadibe Kotla 38 millimeters, Mokano Primary School 30 millimeters. Good Hope Meteorological Station 30 millimeters as well, Mamuno Bora Post 28 millimeters, Kazungula Police Station 24 millimeters, Kasane Airport 21 millimeters, Maung Airport 19 millimeters. Diphetogo Police Station 18 millimeters, Mudipane Crops 17 millimeters, Lokwembora Gate 15 millimeters, Makobo Primary School 13 millimeters, Pitsani BDF Camp 12 millimeters. Putuhudu Wildlife Camp 11 millimeters, Konakas Agric Research 8 millimeters, Matsakam Primary School and Piluko Primary School recorded 7 millimeters each. Other areas recorded less than 6 millimeters. Looking at the current satellite image, cloud conditions are visible over the entire country. Tomorrow, expecting cloud conditions over the entire country, with possibility of fairly widespread thunderstorms over southern center and northeast. Kalahari district, we're expecting isolated thunder showers. Over most areas, we're expecting scattered thunder showers. The public is advised to take necessary precautions as these rains may cause flash flooding over some areas. In the morning, we're expecting warm temperatures over Ngamilan, Chobe, southern southeast Gauteng, southern central and northeast between 17 and 19 degrees Celsius. Also expecting hot temperatures between 20 and 22 degrees Celsius. In the afternoon, we're expecting hot temperatures over Hanzi and Kalahari district between 33 and 35 degrees Celsius. Southern, Ngamilan, Chobe, and northern central expecting warm temperatures between 27 and 30 degrees Celsius. Also expecting mild temperatures ranging between 25 and 26 degrees Celsius. As for the African cities, we're expecting cloud conditions over Gqeberha between 4 degrees Celsius. And Harare, we're expecting clear skies with 29 degrees Celsius. Nairobi and Dar es Salaam, we're expecting showers with 32 degrees Celsius over Dar es Salaam and 26 degrees Celsius over Nairobi. Addis Ababa and Khartoum, we're expecting clear skies with 34 degrees Celsius over Khartoum and 23 degrees Celsius over Addis Ababa. Cairo and Rabat, we're expecting partly cloud conditions with 20 degrees Celsius over Rabat and 22 degrees Celsius over Cairo. That's the weather forecast. Good night.